Hello, everyone. Today we'll conduct a technical analysis of Firefly Aerospace Inc. (FLY) stock based on the limited data provided for August 7, 2025. Given the single day of historical data and incomplete technical indicators, this analysis will be constrained, but will still cover the following sections: general overview, price-volume relationship, technical indicators, next trading day opening estimate, support and resistance levels, potential intraday high and low based on ATR 14, if available, possible scenarios, and conclusion. General overview. The data for FLY stock is limited to a single trading day, August 7, 2025, with an opening price of 70,00, a high of 73,80, a low of 60,03, and a closing price of 60,35, accompanied by a significant volume of 30.56 million shares. Without additional historical data or technical indicator values, most are missing, it's challenging to establish a trend. The price action on August 7 shows a volatile session, with the stock dropping 13.8% from its opening price and 18.3% from its intraday high, suggesting strong selling pressure or profit-taking. The high volume indicates significant market interest, possibly due to a specific event or speculative activities surrounding Firefly Aerospace Inc. Price-volume relationship. With only one day of data, the price-volume analysis is limited. The volume of 30.56 million shares is substantial, indicating strong market participation. The VWAP, volume-weighted average price, at 64.7267 is above the closing price of 60.35, suggesting that the average price paid during the session was higher than the close, which aligns with the intraday decline. This high volume and price drop could reflect a sell-off, possibly triggered by a news event, earnings release, or speculative trading. Without prior data, it's unclear whether this volume is unusually high or typical for FLY. Technical indicators. The provided CSV lists many technical indicators, but only VWAP 64.7267 and OBV 30.56 million have values, limiting the depth of analysis. Volume-based indicators. The OBV at 30.56 million reflects the volume of the single day, providing no trend context without prior data. The VWAP at 64.7267, above the closing price, confirms selling pressure as the stock closed below the average price paid. The missing indicators, key indicators like RSI, MACD, Bollinger Bands, and moving averages, SMA, EMA, etc., are not provided, preventing a comprehensive assessment of momentum, trend, or volatility. The absence of ATR 14 limits our ability to estimate daily price ranges accurately. Given the lack of indicator data, assumptions about trend strength, momentum, or overbought or oversold conditions cannot be made with confidence. The analysis relies heavily on the single day's price action and volume. Next trading day opening estimate. The closing price on August 7 was 60.35, with an intraday high of 73.80 and a low of 60.03. The VWAP at 64.7267 suggests selling pressure as the stock closed below it. Without additional indicators or historical data, I estimate the opening price for the next trading day, August 8, 2025, to be in the 59.50 to 61.50 range. Strong volume could stabilize the price near 60.50, while lower volume or continued selling might push it toward 59.00. This estimate is based on the intraday ZO serving as a potential support and the VWAP indicating resistance. Support and resistance levels. With only one day of data, support and resistance levels are derived from the August 7 price action. Support, the intraday low of 60.03, is a key support level, as it held as the floor during the session. A break below could target 58.00, a psychological level. Resistance, the VWAP at 64.7267 acts as a resistance, reinforced by the closing price being below it. The intraday high of 73.80 is a significant resistance, indicating a strong ceiling. Intermediate resistance may lie around 62.00 to 63.00 based on the gap between the close and VWAP. Intraday movement is likely to range between 59.00 and 62.00, with potential to test 58.00 if selling persists or 64.00 if buying resumes. Potential intraday high and low based on ATR 14. The ATR 14 is not provided, limiting precise range calculations. However, we can estimate volatility using the intraday range on August 7, 73.80 minus 60.03 equals 13.77. Assuming a similar volatility level, the potential intraday high from the estimated opening of 60.50 could be 60.50 plus 13.77 divided by 2, which is approximately 67.39, and the low could be 60.50 minus 13.77 divided by 2, which is approximately 53.61. However, given the single-day data and lack of ATR, a more conservative range based on the closing price, 60.35, suggests a high of 62.00 to 63.00 and a low of 58.50 to 59.00, factoring in the VWAP resistance and intraday support. Possible scenarios. Rebound. If buying interest resumes with high volume, the stock could test the VWAP at 64.7267 or even approach 65.00, supported by the significant volume on August 7. Continued decline. Persistent selling pressure, as suggested by the drop below VWAP, could push the price toward 58.00 or lower, especially if volume decreases. Consolidation. The price may stabilize between 59.00 and 62.00, balancing buyer and seller activity, particularly if volume moderates. Conclusion. FLY stock's single-day data on August 7, 2025 shows a volatile session with a closing price of 60.35, down from an intraday high of 73.80, accompanied by 30.56 million shares traded. The VWAP at 64.7267 and OBV at 30.56 million suggests significant selling pressure and high market interest. Without additional historical data or technical indicators, the analysis is limited, but the price is likely to move within the 59.00 to 62.00 range intraday, with 58.00 as a key support to watch. Investors should monitor volume trends and the 64.7267 VWAP resistance closely. The lack of trend context and indicators warrant extreme caution, as the stock's direction is highly uncertain.